He looked at Discord curiously. Have you seen her? Ah, so you two are after Chrysalis as well? They nodded as he pointed his eagle arm towards Candlelight. She's on her way there. I'm on my way to aid my friend Fluttershy. If you two would like some company, I would be honored to tag along. Thank you for the offer, Discord, but me and Riley works alone. He gave Discord a firm nod, and the two were off in a shot towards the castle. Discord shrugged his shoulders, and with a snap of his talons, he disappeared in a flash. In the Crystal Kingdom, Spike finished telling Cadance and Shining Armor what happened. Shining Armor was about to speak when a soldier trotted through the throne room doors. Your Highnesses, we've been informed that there are changelings on their way to attack the Empire. Every pony gasped, and Shining Armor looked at the guard with a stern look. Tell every guard to prepare for the attack. I'll be down to join soon. The guard nodded and trotted out the throne room. Cadance looked at her husband. Go, Shining, and defend our home. I'll go with Spike and the fillies back to Ponyville. She gave her husband a warm smile. Spike raised a claw. Princess Cadance? Not to be a spoil sport, but how are we supposed to get back to Ponyville without tickets to the Friendship Express? She's a princess. She gets on everywhere for free, especially the strip club. He looked up at her curiously along with the fillies. Cadance giggled and ruffled Spike's head. Spike, you silly little dragon. We aren't taking the train back to Ponyville. We could, he'd get on for free. She gave him and the others a warm smile. Spike scratched his temple with a single claw. What now? She let out a soft giggle. Come here, Spike and friends. She motioned them with a forehoof, and they obliged. Spike and the filly stood beside her with three on each side. We're going to teleport to Ponyville, she sighed softly. Shining trotted up to his wife and looked into her eyes. Be careful, my love. Save our nephew, Hisha. He gave a look of determination. She nodded. We will, Shining. You be careful, too, and protect our kingdom. He nodded as the two shared a kiss. Shining Armor nodded proudly as he galloped out of the throne room, closing the door behind him. All right, young ones, get ready, because here we go. She closed her eyes and lit her horn up. With a flash, the seven vanished. At Camelot Castle, Princess Celestia and Princess Luna were pacing back and forth anxiously. Tia, what do we do? All of Equestria is being attacked, and Chrysalis still has our little nephew. Luna looked at Celestia with deep concern. I know, my sister. The elements are separated, defending each region, and we don't know the next part of Chrysalis' plan. I guess we just... Suddenly she was cut off by the sound of a thud and a whimper. They turned to see the small form of Toby rolling on the ground until he stopped on his stomach. Toby! The royal sisters yelled and galloped towards the fallen child who was coughing weakly. When they got closer to him, they felt a blast of magic and were sent crashing against the throne room's walls. A cackle could be heard as Chrysalis trotted in from the balcony. The princesses were slow to stand up, but when they did, their eyes burned with anger. Chrysalis! Celestia spoke as she gritted her teeth. She grinned meticulously as she levitated the weakened child over to the throne. She used her magic to create a metal collar and placed it around Toby's neck. Oh, it's like slavery! She created a pair of metal cuffs to lock his wrists together, and created a chain to connect onto his collar, and the other end to the throne. Celestia and Luna looked on terrified for Toby as he shuddered with sobs, his head lowered looking at the floor, and him on his knees as Chrysalis sat before him on her haunches. They both looked at each other, and nodded, lighting up their horns. Not so fast, you two. Chrysalis gave them a sinister grin and blasted them again with another blow of magic, causing them to crash into the walls again. She closed the palace doors and locked them. Now I won't want you two to escape on me. She let out a low chuckle as she lit her horn up more intensely. She created two black rings and placed them on the horns of the princesses to render them powerless. Next she placed metal collars around their necks and used a chain to lock it to the floor to a hook she created with her magic. This forced the royal sisters to sit on their haunches. Celestia glowered at Chrysalis. Chrysalis, let the poor child and my sister go. It's me who you want, not them. She looked at Chrysalis with a pleading look as she gazed at the innocent little colt. That may be true, Celestia, but why do I need you any more when I have this sweet little morsel? She gave a mischievous grin as she stroked at Toby's head and leaned her head back down, letting her hot breath blow over the poor child's face. Besides, I may upgrade you from my tasty little snack to my disobedient little pet. Slavery! Toby kept his head lowered, trembling with fear and shuddering his sobs. He raised his head at Celestia and Luna and weakly spoke. I'm sorry, Auntie Celestia and Auntie Luna, he whimpered and shook harder. Aw, isn't that precious? This little snack still thinks of you two as family, even after you witnessed the truth. She let out a cackle of joy. Celestia looked on sadly at Toby and furrowed at Chrysalis. What do you mean the truth? We do love him! Chrysalis rolled her eyes. No matter. It really doesn't matter, because it is his love that will give the ultimate to take over Equestria once and for all. She laughed evilly. Suddenly the two drones that attacked Fluttershy came hovering to the throne room and over to their queen. They hissed into her ear, causing her to become wide-eyed. She looked at the two princesses with a sly smirk. Well, it seems that your loyal ponies are on their way to the castle to come rescue this tasty morsel. She chuckled lowly. Another drone suddenly hovered into the throne room and up to his queen. He hissed into her ear, and she looked like she saw a ghost. "What?" she yelled and stomped a hoof close to Toby, causing him to tremble harder. She sneered at Celestia. "Now it appears that your precious elements of harmony have defeated my army in each of the regions." She lowered her head in anger. "That means you're through, Chrysalis. The elements of harmony will defeat you once and for all." Chrysalis and Luna smiled proudly. Chrysalis grinned evilly. "Let them come." She looked down at Toby and stroked at his head. "Because it'll all be futile. I will take Equestria from you, Celestia, and it'll be all thanks to this little one's naive love for you all." She chuckled loudly and then trotted out onto the balcony. She looked out across the land of Equestria. "I promise, Equestria, Queen Chrysalis shall rule, and I shall rule forever!" She hovered up into the air and cackled loudly, unaware the elements of harmony were on their way to save Toby. In all of Equestria, this time they weren't alone. They had a weird-ass human pony hybrid. What the fuck's going on?